why haven't they called me yet? Like, if they're gonna pick me. And I remember calling them back and they're like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you
called them back?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you thirsty dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
I was like, what are you doing?
I would have literally undrafted you out the game. I'd be like, okay, we're not drafting.
Says I'm a 7th round pick.
Yeah, what?
So
but that shouldn't matter.
Pick
right?
219, if everyone wants to know the exact number, 219.
Golly.
So.
Do you remember all 218 drafted ahead of you?
No, I started watching the draft in the 4th round.
You're not hungry, bro. You don't have drive.
Dude, after I was the number 1 safety on the board, like going into day 3, and when the first safety went, the next dude went off the board, I just stopped watching because I was like, why did he go before me?
Really?
Yeah.
So you were first safety going into round 4 on the board.
Yeah.
Mel Kiper or Todd McShay, whoever it was. And so you thought you were going to be drafted in what round?
I mean, for sure the 4th. I mean, I just then like 3 or 4 safeties went in the 4th round. I'm sitting there like, maybe I suck. You know?
Why did you feel like you dropped? Did the agent say anything?
You know, when you go to the underwear Olympics, you know, they test all your they test all like what you look like and stuff. And if you look at me,
that didn't help.
I wouldn't look like
you should have tried to wear a t-shirt.
You know, I was actually skinny then.
Yo, you could have rocked Skims.
I was 197. I ran at 197. But I drank a lot of water and got to 207. But I was actually ran light. But
then you should have looked straight.
But I pulled my groin running. So I ran slower. And you know, they said my tangibles, like my arms are stubby, they said. You know, I'm a little Italian guy.
Dinosaur arms.
I'm Italian guy. Well, people out there ask for what I am. I'm black and Italian. I'm not whatever else. What would you think I am? Actually, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Hey, we're good. We're good. I won't set you up.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
But yeah, arms stubby. They say legs, I ain't tall enough, whatever. Size, you know, that's what, you know, I'm not a typical Alabama guy.
Yeah.
This guy that played at Iowa.
Alabama corners are trash, though, typically.
Undersized. I'm just a diamond in the rough. That's all.
But falling from 4th to 7th, that had to be a little surprising.
No, it definitely was. It got to the point where I remember in the 6th round, it was like one of the San Fran scouts messaged me, and it's 6th round, and they're messaging me about possibly being an undrafted free agent and signing there. I'm like, why are you messaging me about? In my head, I'm like, why are you messaging me about being an undrafted guy when the draft's still going? Like, I feel like I should be drafted.
Yeah.
And you know, I just remember like a bunch of teams, like my agent telling me like this team want to sign you, and if you're undrafted, and I'm sitting there the whole time like, why are we even talking about this? Like, I mean, it's our job to think about that to get you signed, but in my head, I'm like, I feel I should be a drafted guy, and then. Next, you know, the Ravens messaged me. They messaged me in this like 6th round, and they were like, "We have 2 picks left, so we don't know where we're going with this." And well, obviously the first one wasn't me.
Who was it?
They picked Prochet.
Okay.
My dog. Shout out Prochet. And then you know, I remember it was like 2 picks before the Ravens, and at that point, they don't show it because it's like they're just talking about everyone else getting drafted, and then it's like you see on the little screen, it's like so and so got drafted. And I remember just looking at that, I'm like, why haven't they called me yet? Like, if they're gonna pick me, and I remember calling them back, and they're like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you
called them back?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you thirsty dude! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
I was like, what are you doing?
I would have literally undrafted you out the game. I'd be like, okay, we're not drafting.
Well, like, because I'm like trying to figure out, like, what are you doing? Like, are we gonna take me? Because like you said, like people were saying, like you're gonna try to figure out where you're trying to go. Because I didn't know. Because if you're undrafted, you really get to pick where you want to go at that point. It's like being a free agent. Yeah.
And that happens fast.
Yeah, it happens fast.
Right away. So you were planning.
Yeah, so I'm trying to plan.
He'd rather go undrafted.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to, you guys. Well, I'm trying to figure out like what my plans are. And, you know, next you know, I got the call from Eric, and, you know, the rest is kind of history. You know, been through a lot the rookie year.
Do you remember what he said? I wish I remember what.
Yeah, I kind of do a little bit because, I mean, it was during COVID, and I had a kind of house full of people, probably like 50 people. And
you had a party.
So I probably shouldn't have.
You had a party.
Yeah, I just remember like answer my phone. I'm like, he's like, hey, is Eric Baltimore Ravens? I'm like, how you doing? He was like, we're gonna take you with this pick right here. And I was like, I appreciate it. You're gonna get everything out of me. And then as soon as I said that, everyone in the background started going crazy. And then he was like, you having a party? I said, I just got a few people here. And then I hung up and then enjoyed it.
214,
219.
219. And how many picks are there?
That made
Well, it
it
depends
changes.
on
It changes.
comp and stuff.
It's like, it was like that year. It was like
253
250
or
something. Yeah.
Well, I'm
I think
bad at
in
math.
my head, I was like the last safety to get drafted or like second to last.
All right, so you don't remember all 218 in front of you. Do you remember every safety drafted ahead of you?
Nah, I mean,
I think people that do that are kind of a little.
because at the same time, it's
strange.
like, I mean, I know most people I went to the combine with. I can say that.
Yeah.
I know most people I went to the combine with, but know who got drafted. I mean, I wasn't looking at all that. I mean, I just feel like that's like a
That's not the chip on your shoulder.
insecure thing. Nah,
Yeah,
I ain't
gotta
playing.
like-
I'm not playing angry because this dude got drafted before me.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, some dudes be.
Nah, like
bro, let
Amon
that go.
Ra remembers every wide receiver.
For what
drafted
though? What do you
ahead.
get out of that?
I don't know.
Some
I
people,
guess it's
Draymond
how-
Green.
Why don't you
too.
remember every GM's name? That,
Right.
Like, that's what you should remember, not the player.
Yeah.
Like, you should, this GM
Right, it's
passed
not
on me.
their fault.
This GM passed on me. All right, that's what you should remember, not the player. Like, the player didn't do nothing. They
Yeah.
got an opportunity and before you. That's all.
So this is interesting because players talk about, like, would you rather not been drafted because you get to pick your scheme? And Van Noy mentioned that last week where he was saying he kind of got drafted to the wrong scheme. When you get drafted that late, they're not going to have that draft capital tied in you. What was your thought process? And then knowing now, because the Ravens value their draft picks a ton, so it
Yeah.
did mean a lot to pick you. But what do you think?
I mean, honestly, I didn't like Baltimore was like one of the last teams I thought would draft me. I actually thought I was like going to go to a team like Houston, Chicago, or Minnesota. But like being that late round of a pick, I mean, some guys do like being undrafted because, like you said, you can pick what scheme you want to go to, what situation fits best for you.
Yeah.
And then being a late round pick is kind of like, I mean, it's not like you get put in a bad situation. You just got to make the most of your opportunities because I feel like I could have played in any defense.